Hey guys, what's up? It's Nature Guide here, and today I'm going to be doing a deck list again, but this is going to be of my other deck. It's another deck that I'm running that I find to be pretty fun, and it's called, I call it Chaos Piper Control. Um, it's got a lot of the elements of a normal Mystic Piper deck, yet it's got some different elements which I like. It's better fits my playing style. As you can already tell, I finally got a mat. I've had the mat, it was just getting handmade. So, I mean, I really like it. I'll post a picture of it or something on the channel, that way you guys can see it. But it looks sick. It's a model off my wakeboard. But yeah, I'll get into the deck list. Um, First off, we start off with two Mystic Pipers. Um, the card is great. It's a 1-star light, which is good. I mean, you know how Mystic Piper decks run. Uses effect, you tribute him, you draw and reveal a card. If it's a level 1, you can draw again, you don't have to reveal the second card. So, great for hand advantage, gets you what you need. Awesome card. Next, we have two Kinkabio. Recycles your Pipers. He's a spirit monster, so he'll come back to your hand, so he's a great target with creature swap, stuff like that. Dark target, so good for the chaos. That's about it on him. Then my hand traps. I run two effect Veiler. Kills the meta right now. 1-star light, so good targets. Um, if you can stop their plays, that's always good. Then I've got two DD Crow. I can another hand trap can send it from my hand to the grave to remove a card from play from my opponent's graveyard. So, which is awesome. If I need to go into a chaos, I can just get rid of anything. It doesn't matter, or I can save it, and I can use it for their monster reborns or against insectors when they're targeting Hornet. Kills them. They don't expect it, especially because I don't set many back row. Then double Battle Fader. I'm not a big fan of Battle Fader, but it's useful. I mean, you can't deny it. There's so many. It stops all the OTKs and everything, and just you can creature swap it the next turn if need be. It's a dark target, so it helps with that. It's a good overall card. I'd run two, especially how my deck is right now. Then my ultimate guy I would say for this is one Mechlord Emperor Weissel. Of course, when I get the second one, I will run it, and I will only run two, and then I need to get a third Piper and a third Veiler as well. I forgot to mention that. But I mean, for right now, it's running okay, but I just would like to see it more. Weissel, 1-star, 25 attack, 25 defense. When one of your monsters is destroyed by anything but battle, so any artifact, mirror force, torrential tribute, um, all that stuff, you can special summon him from your hand. He can absorb a synchro monster once per turn and get their attack, which is awesome. And then he can also negate a spell or trap card. So, and I mean, he's the only one that can attack on your side of the field, but you absorb a Stardust or something, 5,000, not bad. Then I run one Cyber Valley. I just got it out of one of the battle packs, and it's another light target, 1-star, and it allows me to draw some more. So I'll run it for right now. Then I run a Chaos Necromancer. Again, another card out of the battle pack. 1-star Dark, so that's good. His attack is equal to the number of monster cards in the grave times 300. So the grave fills up quick, a lot of the hand traps and stuff, and if you'll see, I run a very monster heavy deck, 20, 26, 27 monsters. So he gets beefy really fast, and you'll see why beefy 1-star monsters are a plus. Then I run a Cyber Dragon. It's just really effective. Low field presence early on, and another light target. Never a bad thing. And I'm gonna look into getting a Chimera tech, so that'll be good with that. One Thunder King, just great effect. 1900 attack, another light target. Then I run a baby tour guide engine. I pulled a tour guide, so I've got one tour guide, one Sangan, and then I have a Dark Resonator. I know he's not that good, but it's just in case I draw Sangan early on, and I need to get, my Piper or a Kinkabio or Veiler or any of my monsters. They all have low attack, especially all my good hand traps minus Mechlord, so I can get them. And then later in the game, if I draw a tour guide, I still want to be able to at least go into Xyz, which it will be Leviair. Leviair is the main one. I just don't have Leviair yet. So right now it's Leviathan, but yeah, mini Torghast engine. It'll work better if it's a real Torghast engine. Then a way that I run mine differently, I run a Skull Servant mix. I run one White Mare, 1-star dark, a Lady in White, which is a 3-star dark, and then 2 King of the Skull Servants, which are both 1-star dark. White Mare is good for her effect. White Mare's effect allows me to banish my Lady in White or my King of the Skull Servant from the grave for the Chaos monsters, yet I can bring them back. It'll let me special summon one of these two back to the field, and eventually they'll go back to the grave, which is fine, but it allows for me to recycle for my Chaos, which is nice. Lady in White's a 2200 defense monster, so you can set that first turn or any time really, and even if they went to like a Cyber Dragon, they can't run over it. So that's a good effect. And then King of the Skull Servant gains 1000 attack for every Skull Servant card in the graveyard. Originally, I was running like 7 Skull Servant cards, and it was like, oh man, 7000 beater, 1-star, that's great. But I was hitting them, and I wasn't hitting the Mystic Piper part of the deck, and it was killing it because it wasn't meant to be a it wasn't meant to be a Skull Servant deck. So I found that this is working all right. I mean, he's normally, 3000. It's a pretty good beater. I mean, and it's just food for your chaos monsters. So there's that. Then I run 2 Chaos Sorcerer. 2's pretty good. I mean, you could maybe go 3, and I also do need the BLS, but for right now, this little bit of light and dark, especially since I don't have all my tour guides and I don't have all my light targets yet, 2's about where I'm sitting for the way the deck's running. So 2's pretty good. Banish, attack, it's all good. And then 2 Tragoedia. At first, I liked anybody over Tragoedia, but Tragoedia has been so useful. He gets really beefy. I mean, minimum cards I normally have in my hand is 4, so then he's at 2400 attack and defense. I get him up to 8 cards in my hand if I do a Mystic Piper and maybe a Pot of Avarice, right? So, I mean, he can get super beefy. I can change his level, and you'll see why that's even better. So, helps me get into all my other things that I need if the Tragoedia play is not working properly. 1 Gorz, of course, because if you have low field presence, Gorz is always good. And first token, the coolest level 1 ever, Moki Moki. So, people laugh at that. They cry at that, and then they laugh at Moki Moki. Then I run good back row removal. 2 MSTs and a Heavy Storm, and I do side in a 3rd MST. It's just because sometimes I feel like I draw the MSTs more than the Heavy, and I've got other cards I can draw, so if I can, I'll normally see all these, or at least, these 2, or just these 2, so it helps with the back row removal. Make sure your plays go through. Then, big key, 3 creature swaps. I'd probably run 2 creature swaps and a mind control and side in a 3rd creature swap, but I don't have mind control, it's too expensive. So I'm running with the 3 creature swap, and it's good because they'll, I've used creature swap, guy solemn judgmented my creature swap. I was like, okay, you lose 4,000 right off the bat, his first turn of the game, because he knew I was going to go Kinkabio Piper, into creature swap, and then if I creature swap the Kinkabio, it'll come back to my hand at the end of the turn, so it's a free monster, which is awesome. It's like permanent mind control, and since he knew that was the plan, he negated the creature swap, and then I had another creature swap, and it worked, and he was down 4,000 first turn. I didn't even have to touch him, so it's awesome. Then I run 1 duality for consistency. You get your pick of 3 cards, and you can wait a turn with the special summons. Maybe if you get into the Piper, just do the Piper move then, and then wait. I mean, you don't have to go into your Chaos stuff that turn, and if you do, then don't play it that turn. So, this deck is not autopilot, guys. It doesn't auto-run itself. You're going to have to think, but that's why I like it. A Monster Reborn. It's good for getting into some of your higher level synchros and stuff. Pot of Avarice. Grave fills up quick. If something gets in the grave that you need back, Pot of Avarice helps save it, and you get 2 draw off it. I run a 1-for-1. I know even though there's no blow up bulb, 1-for-1 might not seem as good, but it helps you get anything you need out of the deck. on a burial from a different dimension. Gets back my stuff that I used to go into my chaos monsters, reuse them. It's awesome. Especially, I had a guy that he was able to banish both of my Pipers, and it was killing me. And then I drew this, brought him back, went back into that combo. Then the big one is an Opti Camouflage Armor, and I do side a second one. The reason that this card is so good, it allows a level 1 to attack directly. So it's just like a Baby Dragon, except it's just a spell card. And so that allows you to go into Tragoedia. Although Tragoedia is 10 stars, you can switch it down to level 1, use this for one turn. Boom, 4,800 to right to him. You can use it with Chaos Necromancer when he gets beefy. You can use it on Mech Lord because he's the only one that can attack anyways. You can use it on the Skull Servants. This card has so many targets with this, and especially we surprise a lot of decks by powering up our level 1s. So good card. And then the 2 traps I run a Fiendish Chain, just because it's surprising and it helps stop. And then I also run a Torrential Tribute because I can use it with my Mech Lord. I can use it with a lot of stuff. I can turn a Torrential Tribute into a plus for me. Then into the side deck. I know I actually said that right for a change. The side deck is kind of key. The side deck isn't perfectly done yet, but right now, basically, I run the other Mystical Space Typhoon. Then I basically go trap heavy. I go into a Michizuri, which I thought a lot of people knew, but apparently they didn't. When one of your monsters is destroyed, you destroy a monster on the field. Simple enough. So you've got some stuff that we don't mind getting destroyed. So cool. Michizuri helps out. A compulsory, just because returning to the hands is never bad, especially the way the game is nowadays. I run a Solemn Judgment because a lot of times they'll have sided out their MSTs and their back row destruction after game 1. So I side into mine, and then a Starlight Road to protect this, and you can get out Stardust. And through that, I also have ways of getting out a Formula Synchron once I get one, and if you know Stardust plus Formula Synchron equals Shooting Star, and that's always good. Then for the extra deck, I run a Gachi, just in case you don't have much in your level 1s, at least you can set up a nice wall. A Leviathan, just because I don't have my Leviair, and still not a bad one. I'd still probably keep at least one of these in the extra deck. 2 Utopias, just the normal one and the Starfoil. And, just because with Creature Swap, you never know what you're going to get. You want to make sure you've got all your bases covered at 2, 3, 4. And then a Gemknight Pearl, just a higher, rank 4. Then I've got the Black Rose for 7. I really don't nuke the field with it, just good beater for 7, especially if you're going to use their own monsters, maybe especially when I get Mind Control. Light End, level 8, just for something different if I need to get over stronger monsters, maybe like a Red Dragon Archfiend or something, or if not, just run over Utopias and everything else. Stardust Dragon for Starlight Road and just to have it, and then my ultimate guy, which I love, and I had to get him an ultimate then, is Shooting Star Dragon. I know I can't summon him right now because I don't have Formula Synchron, but I'm working on it, and besides, I just love having this card. So that's about it, guys. That's the extra deck, the side deck, and the main deck. Especially with the side deck, guys, go by how your locals are doing. If if you're seeing a lot of gadgets or something, then run some gadget removal. If you're doing other stuff, that's a little bit more up to interpretation. The deck's obviously not completely finished, so I'll leave you guys update videos on it. But make sure you leave comments. Let me know what you think about everything. I'm going to be posting some more of the nature walk videos coming up, but that's about it.